Welcome to the Geography News Network, where we explore the world's most intriguing and pressing geographic and political issues. Today, we're diving into a topic that's both fascinating and concerning: countries that might not exist in the next 50 years. From rising sea levels to political instability, the future of some nations is more uncertain than ever. So, let's take a closer look at 10 countries that could face drastic changes or even disappear entirely by the middle of the 21st century. First on our list is the Maldives, a paradise in the Indian Ocean known for its beautiful beaches and luxury resorts. But behind this beauty lies a grim reality. The Maldives is one of the lowest-lying countries in the world, with an average ground level of just 1.5 meters above sea level. As climate change accelerates, rising sea levels pose an existential threat to this island nation. Experts warn that if current trends continue, the Maldives could be completely submerged by the end of the century. The government has even started looking into purchasing land in other countries as a potential refuge for its people. But is this enough to save the nation? Only time will tell. Next, we have Tuvalu, another small island nation in the Pacific Ocean. Like the Maldives, Tuvalu is facing the dire consequences of climate change. With a population of just over 11,000 people, this tiny country is slowly being swallowed by the sea. Despite global efforts to combat climate change, Tuvalu's future remains uncertain. The people of Tuvalu are resilient, but their homeland is disappearing. Will they become one of the world's first climate refugees? South Sudan, the world's youngest country, gained independence in 2011 after decades of conflict. But the promise of peace was short-lived. Since independence, South Sudan has been plagued by civil war, political instability, and economic hardship. Over 400,000 people have died due to the conflict, and millions have been displaced. The ongoing violence and deep-rooted ethnic tensions make the future of South Sudan highly uncertain. Without significant intervention, this young nation's survival is far from guaranteed. Somalia has been in a state of turmoil for decades. The central government collapsed in 1991, leading to a prolonged civil war and the rise of militant groups like Al-Shabaab. Despite international efforts to stabilize the country, Somalia remains one of the world's most fragile states. The lack of effective governance, ongoing violence, and humanitarian crises continue to undermine Somalia's future as a unified state. Could it fracture into smaller regions, or could the central government regain control? Vatican City, the smallest country in the world, might seem out of place on this list. However, its unique position as the spiritual and administrative center of the Roman Catholic Church raises interesting questions about its future. With the global Catholic population facing challenges and the rise of secularism, the role and influence of Vatican City could change significantly in the coming decades. While the Vatican isn't likely to disappear physically, its political and cultural significance might diminish, leading to a different kind of existence for this microstate. Lebanon, once known as the Paris of the Middle East, has been grappling with severe economic and political crises. The 2020 Beirut explosion was a devastating blow to a country already on the brink. Corruption, economic collapse, and sectarian divides have left Lebanon in a state of disarray. With many citizens losing hope, some experts fear that Lebanon could face either complete collapse or significant territorial changes as different factions vie for control. Bangladesh is a country of contrasts. Remarkable economic growth paired with severe environmental challenges. With one of the highest population densities in the world, Bangladesh is also highly vulnerable to the impacts of climate change, particularly flooding and cyclones. As sea levels rise and natural disasters become more frequent, millions could be displaced, leading to a humanitarian crisis on a scale that could threaten the nation's stability. Western Sahara is a disputed territory in North Africa, with Morocco controlling most of the region. The indigenous Sahrawi people, led by the Polisario Front, have been fighting for independence for decades. The lack of international recognition and ongoing conflict over sovereignty means that Western Sahara's status is far from resolved. The question remains, will it become an independent nation, remain under Moroccan control, or face another outcome entirely? Taiwan is a vibrant democracy with a strong economy, but its political status is one of the most contentious issues in international relations. China considers Taiwan a breakaway province and has not ruled out the use of force to achieve reunification. With rising tensions between China and the US, Taiwan's future is increasingly uncertain. Will it maintain its de facto independence, or will it be drawn into a conflict that changes its status forever? North Korea is one of the world's most secretive and isolated countries. Under the rule of the Kim dynasty, the nation has faced decades of economic sanctions, human rights abuses, and widespread poverty. The regime's focus on military power, particularly nuclear weapons, has made it a global pariah. But how long can this isolated regime survive? The collapse of North Korea could lead to reunification with South Korea, but such a scenario would come with immense challenges, both for the Korean Peninsula and the world. These 10 countries are facing unique and complex challenges, from environmental threats to political instability. While it's impossible to predict the future with certainty, it's clear that the coming decades will be critical for the survival and evolution of these nations. What do you think? Will these countries survive the next 50 years, or are they destined for drastic change? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Geography News Network for more deep dives into the world's most pressing issues. Thanks for watching.